I wasn't a good student in terms of grades either. And I think I just got a slap in the face somewhere around like maybe the 8th or 7th grade, where I was like, I'm just going to turn my life around. I had one conversation with someone very dear to me, and he basically said, I remember we were sitting on the couch, and he was just like, just start, just do it. Just post the reel, start. For me, the reason I got so essentially obsessed with working out and with my health was because I enjoyed it so much and I could fit it into my life seamlessly. So that's what I wanted to bring to people.
What actually is required for you to be the one-woman show that you have been?
A lot of sacrifice, and I mean this in terms of a lot of things. You get such a beautiful community from something like this where you're so vulnerable. You're like at your sweat early in the morning, you're grumpy, and they pick you up, but these people pick you up. It's health and wellness. It's not gonna go away. It's never gonna go away, it's community, it's human interaction. This is something that is the most basic form of happiness.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the House of Yoga podcast presented by Yama Yoga. My name is Kavi Kanani, and today I'm joined by the wonderful Sahirah. Sahirah is truly one of the loveliest people I know. I know this is going to be the most beautiful conversation because not only is she my friend, but she is also someone I'm honestly inspired by. What she has created here in Bombay is incredible. So she is the founder of the OnTour club, which she started in London. It's a running club, and the intention of it was to bring people together, make a community, and make friends as she's come back home to Bombay.
Yep.
Not only that, and we'll obviously hear it all from her, but she is also a singer, songwriter, an athlete, and she's recently become a coach. So honestly, you guys are going to love this episode. I think it's going to be really motivating. But to counteract that, we're also going to be talking about the art of doing less, because both of us like to create, like to be ambitious. It's just part of who we are. But of course, there needs to be another side to that, which is relaxing a bit. So we're going to be talking about productivity, that kind of culture, and how we counteract both sides. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Sahirah, for coming.
Thank you for having me. That was such a beautiful introduction. Thanks. Wow, I feel so nice. It made my day.
It was very natural. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Speaking of the art of doing less, I actually took about a 2-week break last month, which was the beginning of the year. So felt quite unnatural actually, but kind of got back into the swing of things, at least for March. We have a bunch of things coming up. So kind of back in full intense work mode, which is good. But yeah, getting everything done, scheduling, routine, all of that.
Yeah. I think it's so important to have a break to then bring that energy back. And like you said, you're doing some things for Women's Day.
Yeah.
Women's Day is, I think, the 8th of March.
It is, correct.
I love your plans, so I'm excited to hear all about that. We'll talk about it. But we actually start every episode with a meditation to ground each other, to ground our audience. And yeah, would you like to do that together?
I would love to.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, when you're ready, you can join us for a meditation if you feel comfortable. Close your eyes. You can sit down, take a moment to pause. Make sure you're in a space to listen and receive. So let's just roll the shoulders back, away from the ears. Relax your hands down on your knees. Palms facing down for grounding, up for receiving. Just going to take a moment to orient ourselves. So, I want you to try to notice 4 things that you can touch right now. Just label them in your head. Now notice 3 things that you can hear. Two things that you can smell. And 1 thing that you can taste. Now shift your awareness to your breath. Feel how your body responds to each inhale and each exhale. Can you notice your belly and your chest rising and falling? Let's just try to slow down and deepen each breath cycle. Breathing in through both nostrils, welcoming as much air as you can into the body. Exhale, release. You can sigh it out. Just imagine you're deflating like a balloon. Let's do that twice more. Breathe in, welcome in as much breath as you can. Exhale, release it out. Last time, breathe in. And release. Now observe how you're feeling in this moment. Physically, mentally, energetically. And set an intention for your day, your night, whenever you're listening to this. Maybe it could be to allow yourself to relax. Maybe it's to do a little less. Maybe you want to use this conversation as an inspiration to see what you can create more. Choose whatever intention aligns with you in this moment and try to repeat it 3 times in your head. Now let's take a deep breath into it. And let it go. Let's bring the hands together, rub them together, create some warmth. Place them over your eyes. When you're ready, bring your arms forward. Thank you for joining me in that.
Thank you. Wow, I feel in a good way, like I could go to sleep, but maybe I need that.
Have some coffee if you need.
Yeah.
But good. I'm glad that you're feeling relaxed.
Yeah, need it.
So let's start talking about your journey.
Please.
I want to know before London, what were you up to?
Great question. So London happened a long, long time ago, just out of, I went for university.
Okay.
Before London, I was obviously here. So I grew up in Mumbai, went to school here. I, funnily enough, was not actually that into athletics until maybe I'd say just as I became a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
In school, when I was in my junior school, I was actually a pretty bad student. And then
As in a rebel, naughty, or
no, I think I was very outspoken, and that got me into a bit of trouble. I always kind of said what was on my mind when it was on my mind. And I think that got me into trouble. But that kind of really, it got me into trouble with teachers, but also got me into trouble in terms of with friends and stuff. And I don't really regret anything because everything I said and felt was true.
Yeah.
I could have said it better. But yeah, so I always had that very much outspoken mentality when I was in school. So I wasn't a good student in terms of grades either. And I think I just got a slap in the face somewhere around like maybe the 8th or 7th grade, where I was like, I'm just going to turn my life around. I'm going to become a better student. I started putting like motivational quotes on my cupboard and my walls, and which, by the way, I've done again now recently, which has been amazing. It was so helpful. Really kind of turned my life around. And then when I went to my second school, I like applied to be on student council and to be president of the school, and I actually did, which
That's
was crazy
good.
considering being like a really not a student that would be in the student council. So yeah, and that's like also when my athletic journey took off. There was a lot of, obviously, like growing up as a girl, as a woman, I was like on the heavier side in my head, which now I think back and it's ridiculous. But I initially got into fitness because of that. But then it just became something that became like an outlet for me. The passion just grew more and more and more. And I was always into music. I was always into like acting and performing and things like that. So, being on stage was something that I just loved from a young age. And yeah, I took a gap year in the middle. I did some stuff with film. Funnily enough, did a project with Nike back in the day as well, just before university. And then I set sail to London for a long, long time.
Yeah, there's 8 years, right?
Yeah, almost 9. Yeah, almost 9. God.
Okay. What were the motivational quotes? And what do you have up right now?
That's such a great question. I think it was more about, so I actually didn't understand manifestation on that term when I'd put those quotes up on the wall, but it was things like, you will do this or you've done this. And I didn't actually realize what I was doing when I was waking up every morning and seeing that. It was about grades. It was actually about like the student council, but in my old school. So that didn't come true, but it eventually came true. But so I had those, which were very much about just grades and school back in the day.
Okay.
Now it's a lot deeper. I have everything that I want to achieve, all the partnerships I want to complete. And then all of them that happen, I have a little thank you card and I stick them on top of it if they happen to say thank you. I think gratitude has been something that I've really picked up in the last year. I have a massive sign that says thank you. Be grateful is another one. Be kind is another big one that I have on there.
That's one of your mottos, isn't
it really is. And I think it's because I am very hard on myself, actually. I'm not going to say anything other than that. And I think that not only being kind to myself, but also just in general to other people, and understand that everyone is going through their own journey.
Yeah.
And I used to say this a lot, but like hurt people, right? So the more you are kind to others, the more it will come back to you, and kind to yourself. So that's a big one for me. And then I have a couple of articles that were published that really meant a lot to me. And it was just like, yeah, some of these things that have happened in the last year have been really surreal. And just to kind of see that up there is very much a motivation. I also have a little origami like bird that one of my friends gave me at a run, which is supposed to be a sign of like good luck. And I was actually going through a really hard time at the time.
Yeah.
And it just meant so much to me. So I have that stuck up there, and a little fortune as well. Yeah, that's it, I think.
I want to see your room.
Yes, I'll get you a picture, yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm so happy for you. Like, truly, you're doing amazing. But I'm really glad that you know it as well, and that it's surrounding you. And yeah, touch wood, like it just keeps coming. Just, yeah, in abundance to you. Would you say there's anyone who's like partly responsible for where you are today? Because I know that you have to have the massive fire within yourself to want to do these things, but who would you say is part of this process?
Oh man, I think, I have quite a strong opinion on regret, and that word in particular. And I want to never regret anything. And I actually don't, up until now, regret anything. And the reason I say that is because even the people that have hurt me in the past or in any way even been a negative influence have actually motivated me and brought me here. In terms of support, I have incredible support around me. There are certain people in particular who, I had all these ideas, and I think the first step is always hardest. So, that really pushed me over the line with that. My parents have just been the best, incredibly supportive. I, had a couple of corporate jobs in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, quite a few.
I didn't know
that taught me everything I know. Were they easy? No. Were they really difficult for me personally and emotionally? Yeah, they were great jobs. They were, amazing opportunities. And I learned so much. I pretty much learned all my corporate skills, my brand partnership skills, everything through those jobs. So incredibly thankful to those people.
Yeah.
I had one conversation with someone very dear to me, and he basically said, I remember we were sitting on the couch and he was just like, just start, just do it.
Yeah.
Just post the reel, start.
Yeah.
And it was such a small, it was such a short conversation, but also such a small sentence. It was like, just start. And
Yeah.
I did. And the rest is history. So like that really, that was very integral. And yeah, my parents, my sister, my friends around me, like it has been, and honestly, the people that keep showing up, man, like they've like there's people that I see at some of the runs that I see every time, and I'm like, wow, OnTour family. Like I really feel that,
Yeah, they do.
So honestly, I can't say there's been one person in particular or even a couple in particular, because I really believe that even the people that I look at and I'm hurt by things that they've done, I'm only stronger for it. I'm only smarter for it, So thanks. Whoever you are, you know who you are. Many of them, unfortunately, but still, I think everyone in my life has brought me here and has given me that drive. Whether negative or positive, I have tried my hardest all my life to channel whatever happens to me, whatever is thrown my way, into something productive. Does it always happen? No. But I've been able to channel all that energy into work, into me. And I always find that when I get hurt the hardest, I actually come back much better. Yeah. So everyone, all of these people in my life that have impacted me, pretty much everyone, you included, in a good way.
I love that. I mean, I always say it. I think that I said to you earlier, like God clears things for us. And it's really our perspective. Like we can be beaten down by things. We can be like, oh, why did they do that? But we can also look at it, okay, thanks. Yeah. Like you said, like, thank you.
Thank you.
For making me stronger. It's always about our perspective. And I think I was also going through something hard last year, and I was like, why are people talking about me? And my friend said, well, you're doing something right. Because like they're talking behind your back, but it's behind your back. And it's not in a egoistic way, but it's like, like, the people that really respect you and get to be in your life, like will be in it with you 100%. Versus saying something bad. But like you said, again, it's all about our perspective. It makes us stronger if we let it.
Honestly, like if you really think about it, like these people, if you're able to channel whatever anyone throws your way into something that will benefit you, that would make you the strongest. So it's difficult, don't get me wrong, and I've cried in my bedroom several times. It's not like I'm like any different from anyone, but it's about, then how you pick yourself up. People say things like in relationships, it's not about how much you love each other or things like that, but it's about how you make up. Right? I saw that on a reel, obviously. I saw that on a reel, and it was really interesting because it was like, how do you recover? That's really telling. Yeah. How do you pick yourself up after you fail? Which you always will. You can't be successful through everything, right?
Yeah.
So similarly in relationships, how do you make up? Whether it's friendships, whether it's relationships, that's the most telling. That is the sign that's like, okay, you've got it.
Yeah.
And everybody's got it. They just got to tap into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. And then let's talk about OnTour. So I think most people in Bombay will know about OnTour. It's a run club. But let's fill in some of my clients from the UK and
Sure.
Europe.
100%.
What is it?
So, OnTour. So when I was in London, just out of my last corporate job, I loved music. I love music. I love fitness. They've both been a huge outlet to my personality, my emotions in many different ways. And I always thought to myself, man, how can I combine the two? How do I make it into one? And I realized that these were two methods I used when I was sad. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna call it Sad Girl Sessions. So that's how it actually started. And I was like, I'm gonna do events that, bring people together, that make them feel good about themselves, whether it's fitness, whether it's music, whether for someone it's painting, whatever. So it started off as that. I did one music event, which was really lovely. It was very cathartic. There was a space for people to go and like shred a note to someone or a picture of someone, and just like an outlet for people to come. But the thing is with that session, it was a lot about me. Like, it was my music, my history, my sadness, all of that. And it was really lovely, and it was a beautiful space, and I enjoyed obviously doing the event. But I was like, it just felt too much about me. And I was like, okay, let me now do my sports event. So I did a sports day. And it was a really fun, cute sports day in Hyde Park. And it was really fun. We had like 2 team leaders, lots of games. And it was like, wow, it's about everyone. This is about everyone else. And it was just almost this release, but also a really positive energy brought together. And I'm a runner. I've loved running for pretty much forever. And I wanted to do one of the sports events was going to be a run club. So I did one run club in London. We had about I think 15 or 18 people that showed up. And I thought to myself, I was like, if I could get 18 people in like the most saturated run club city in the world, maybe this could be something in India. So I decided obviously to move back for lots of reasons, but I just felt like this is where I was going to settle down, so might as well get there quicker. So I came back, and it took me a little bit. Obviously, I was really scared to get started, and honestly, I didn't really have a group of friends either. It was, and I'd come back after almost 9 years.
Yeah.
So I had a few friends here and there, but I was like, damn, nobody has the lifestyle that I have in terms of waking up early. And, I did rowing when I was in university. So we used to wake up at 4:30 a.m., be on the water by 5:30. Wow. It was a very routine life. And I was like, I need to find more like-minded people. So it started off with that one run. The name OnTour was actually because I was looking at an Instagram highlight of mine called Girls on Tour, which was about a holiday. And one of the first videos was us running in the airport because we were late for a flight.
Me.
Never me, actually, but we were so late. Anyway. And
that's, by the way, the only time I run.
Okay, fair.
Which we're going to change.
I was just going to say we're going to change that. But yeah, I saw that video and I was like, wait a second. OnTour, it's movement. It's music also, hugely, right? It's such a music term to go on tour.
Yeah.
It's movement. It's something about running. The merch ideas, oh my God, insane. Girls on tour, boys on tour. Our group chat, I forgot, a channel on Instagram, thank you, is called Entourage. I know. Okay. So, all this sort of stuff started popping up in my head and I was like, this is it. It clicked,
Yeah.
And we got the name. We did our first run at Mahalakshmi and at the race course. And it just the energy was just amazing. And then we did a few more, and then suddenly people who I had absolutely no idea started showing up. Yeah. And obviously then Mumbai monsoon hit. So I was like, oh my God, what do I do? And then I thought, you know what, let's see fitness events. Let's see working out. How can we still get people to, be active and get their workout in? So we did a bunch of high rock simulations, spin classes. So then OnTour started developing into a lot more than a run club. It was then a fitness group, a society, a wellness club, as some might use that term. Yeah. And it was all about, feeling good about yourself in your physical body. And eventually, hopefully, we hope to have a sector about feeling good in your mental space, which maybe you can help me with. But it became about workouts. How do we make it fun? How do we make it sustainable,
Yeah.
for me, the reason I got so essentially obsessed with working out and with my health was because I enjoyed it so much and I could fit it into my life seamlessly. So that's what I wanted to bring to people. You also just get such a beautiful community from something like this where you're so vulnerable, right? You're like at your most sweaty, at like early in the morning, you're grumpy, like, and they pick you up, but these people pick you up. Today I had a run in the morning, actually, one of our events, and it was just this guy walked in and he was like, this energy is just what I needed this morning to like be picked up. And I thought to myself, I was like, yeah, this is exactly it. You know, you have real conversations with real people. And I think social media, I love making reels. I love editing them. I have a great time.
And you're really good at it.
Thank you so much. Oh, you're so kind. So I did a lot of that, but it was all fun for me. I really enjoyed it. And the passion was where I really feel like almost people could see that. And that's what motivated me to actually keep going and keep doing it. So OnTour now is essentially a wellness club. We do runs, obviously. Can't go too far away from your roots, but we do lots of runs. We do lots of fitness events, branded things. My corporate job helped me. Thank you so much. You know, a lot of branded events, a lot of partnering with clubs, communities, because it's about now in-person connection. I think everyone has realized that in this, I would say COVID is a big part of it, honestly. But in this post-COVID era and the social media era, everyone just wants to meet people.
Have real connections.
IRL, if I might say. You know? Because it's so much more valuable. It's so much more...
It's real. It's what it used to be. Everyone's craving that.
And you can actually... Don't get me wrong. I think social media has tons of positives. It's really built on OnTour. I have to say, I give it a lot of credit. It'll be included in those list of people that have helped me, you know? But I do think that the reason people keep showing up or the reason people enjoy stuff like this is because that real connection is made. So that's OnTour Club in a nutshell, if I might say. There's obviously a lot more, but that's kind of us to the people that don't know.
Cool. And where's it going?
Everywhere is the dream. I want to take OnTour. That's what I keep saying.
Woo.
That's the name for a reason as well. So to be very honest, it's pretty much been a one-woman show for since we started. So it's been just about a year now. I've had incredible support from people at different events and incredible support for some amazing brands as well. But in order to scale, we need to grow, right? As a team. So I'm hiring now, crazy. I had 14 interviews on Tuesday morning. I was like, I know it's a lot. But we're hiring, we're expanding our team. We are obviously doing a really big Women's Day event with Nike, which now I can announce because it will be out by that time, on the 8th of March, which is going to be a women's only run and strength session. It's going to be super exciting. We are doing a bunch of High Rocks prep sessions for High Rocks that's coming up later in the year. We want to obviously take it to different cities. We want to do larger events where, you know, it's a bit more competitive. We have a sports day, which is essentially wanted to bring school back, wanted to bring nostalgia back. So we're splitting everyone into houses and it's going to become like a whole ecosystem. So
fun.
I am very excited with where OnTour is going. I also, like you said, recently became a coach. So I've been coaching a lot of people, which has been just amazing. Like even I got a text this morning being like, I did the 6K. And I'm like, I want to cry. You know, it's just, it's so lovely to be able to impart that passion onto someone and have it reciprocated. So the coaching has been a big one. I'm personally also training for High Rocks. So really strict regimented program for me and myself. To run a club like this, you have to set an example. And yeah, man, I just want to get stronger and faster. That's the goal.
Every day.
So we're going places.
Absolutely. I mean, you already are, but I'm just excited to see everything. And I hope that it's coming to London again. And I mean, obviously OnTour globally.
Yeah, that's so the other reason that like I chose names, marketing, branding was all super, super important for me. So the reason I even chose a name like that was because it was global. It could be global. It will be global. You know, the logo is built in a way that it's a smiley face and then a running human.
I see it.
But the goal is that with every different sort of fitness event that we do, that running human changes into whatever the event is. So if it's yoga, it'll be the meditation guy. If it's skiing, one day probably, it'll be the skiing emoji. So it was all very intentionally done with a future goal in mind. But yeah, no, that name, it's going places. I believe it. I do.
It's a great
really
name.
do. Thank you.
And a great concept.
Thank you.
So we've spoken a lot about like, you know, what you're doing. What about the not doing? We spoke about the art of doing less. And something that stood out to me when we prepped about this on the phone, you told me, I want to humanize myself. I want to talk about what people don't see. So what are people not seeing, and what actually is required for you to be the one woman show that you have been?
A lot of sacrifice. And I mean this in terms of a lot of things. I think someone who's training for such a rigorous competition or marathons, sleep is something I can't sacrifice on, which means that I have to sacrifice on friends. I have to sacrifice on family time. I have to sacrifice on, funnily enough, a lot of human connection, which is hilarious and ironic considering the club is built on that, you know. But that's a big one. It's been quite difficult. It's been difficult for you know, people around me as well. And I think, you know, to kind of see behind the scenes, it's very different. You know, after every run or after every event, I have all this energy. I'm very social, which I love. I really get energized by these people around me and I love it. But as soon as it's done, I'm home.
Napping.
Eating some yummy food, hopefully. Watching some stupid show. Love Island right now. It's the best. You know, some stupid show and just absolutely shutting down. Like my brain just wants to shut down. And I think for me, my most sacred time is my dinner and TV time. Like it is
I know this about you too.
Yeah, man, like don't disturb me, please. You know, I'm also like a child. Like I can't eat without watching something because it's the only time my brain gets to switch off. And like yesterday, for example, I had 9 minutes to eat between two meetings, 9 minutes. I sat down with my Love Island on my dining table, watched it, ate, back onto the next call. But it really recharged me. So I think stuff like that, you know, I would love to have more time. But I also feel like the people in your life will always understand, because it's, you know, the reason that I got to where I got is because of all the time and effort and early mornings and heavy lifting, literally.
Sacrifices.
And sacrifices, you know. And I think anyone that wants the best for you will understand that. So it has been hard, I think, for me, also doing everything start to finish, whether it's organizing the event or doing the pitch decks or the logistics or the invoices, but also hosting it and also running it and like coaching myself. And it's just been, and then if anyone ever turns around and says, oh, you're late to this deadline, I'm like, man,
give me some
please
grace.
give me just like, give me some slack, you know? But it's obviously difficult. And I think that that's something that I learned from corporate as well, right? If it's a deadline, it's a deadline. You got to meet it. There's no questions asked. So that's been quite difficult. Also, I think you deal with so many different people. You deal with some really difficult personalities. You have to learn how to, you know,
adult. I think it's about adulting.
Yes,
I was going to say it's about Bombay. I wouldn't even say that. I think it's just adulting.
It is just adulting. It's adulting, and it's adulting in a city that's fast paced. In a city that sees a trend and everyone's on it. Like, you know, and for me, I think that's been the most intimidating, but also the most rewarding, I would say, is that it's become a trend.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, it's great for my business. I really can't complain. But it's also like, oh no, everyone's on it. Everyone's on it. Someone is creating something here, something there, which is great. But it's also like, okay, how do you position yourself like that? How do you keep up? And me alone, how the hell do I keep up? You know? So it's just a lot. It's a lot. I think that the art of doing less is also about letting go of the reins, allowing yourself to let go of the reins. I am, let's just be honest, I'm a bit of a control freak. Can't even lie. You know, so being able to hire people and be like, cool, you take that. Trust them, man. Trust is a tough one, because at the end of the day, you just have to accept that you trust the person. And if something happens, you've got to just move on. Like it's quite a difficult one. And it's been quite difficult in general, but I think that that's something that you just have to trust and trusting, if that makes sense. You know, in such a fast-paced city, trend, like I said, OnTour, me, all about sustainability, all about this actually being about building a healthy lifestyle. And I don't think that's ever going to go away. It might come and go in excitement terms, but it's never going to go away, which is why I feel like it is completely sustainable as a business when people ask me. When I say I try to run a fitness club, they're like, huh? And I'm like, it's fine. So it actually makes it quite sustainable. And just being a partner and being able to motivate people and speak to people, it's just been, it's been amazing. I really just, I'm really content. It's come with a lot of sacrifices. It's come with a lot of hurt.
Continues to.
It's
because you're only going to grow from here.
And the higher you go, the more you have to fall, which is okay. And I've accepted it, and I'm very much ready to take on that challenge. And it's tough, but I lift weights for a reason, you know, to get stronger mentally, physically. You know, I'm trying to build an armor, literally and mentally, you know. But it's amazing. And I think that small things, like I said, like literally my sitting and eating and watching is just.
And I'm glad you know like things that help you to shut down a bit, because I think a lot of people may, like in the wellness scene, people will be like, oh, you can't eat and watch something, it's really bad for your cortisol, blah, blah, blah. Which for them, maybe it is. But for you, you know that actually this is the time where my nervous system gets to rest and I get to like just be off. So I'm really glad you know what works for you.
I think I've always been of the opinion to listen to your body. So don't get me wrong, I think numbers are very important. I think statistics and things like that are very important. But
in terms of what?
Just in terms of, you know, if you are trying to achieve a certain goal, I think that, you know, having a strict plan, whether it's with the diet or otherwise, you know, when it comes to, even for example, with my marathon training, very certain numbers I had to target, distance-wise, pace-wise. I think that sometimes structure and strict structure works for certain people. Like you said, everyone is different. But I think that works for quite a few people. But I also have always been under the impression that like, I don't need a watch to tell me to sleep at 10:27. Man, no.
You can listen to your circadian rhythm.
Like if it tells me, great, but I'm going to listen to when I want to sleep, you know, things like that. So, you know, and like I get cravings all the time. I have such a sweet tooth, you know, which is not the best, but like
You're human.
And it's my craving and I get it and I listen to my body if I want it. Now do I go crazy? No. But like I allow myself to let go, actually.
Like literally just be a human. That's again the humanizing thing. Like you can be an athlete, but you can also enjoy what God has given us on this earth, which is sweet food.
Sweet food,
Enjoy
man.
it sometime.
Pan au chocolat, by the way, is my comfort food. Like before any event, any gig, anything that I'm nervous for, it will be in my hand. I guarantee you. You know, and it's like small things like that. Like I work out so much that I'm allowed to eat like, man,
100%
like let me eat my fries and my pasta. I want to eat it. It's okay,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Now, everything in moderation, I always say. But yeah, you're allowed to be human.
Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life.
Yeah, it's not
Work
all
out
that
too,
serious.
but
Yeah,
enjoy,
yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
You'll only live longer if you live a healthy life as well. So like, you know,
Right? It's also about happiness. Like if we think about the blue zones,
Yeah.
like it's because people are happy
yeah,
too.
community aspect of it is very important because people will. That's what they say, right? Like in a work environment is so important. The work
Yeah.
might be great, it might be cool, whatever, but the environment really matters, and that's
100%.
what we're trying to build: an environment that people want to keep coming back to,
Yeah.
that is sustainable.
And people are.
Yeah.
They are.
Sorry, I keep touching wood, but yeah. But yeah, the people want to come back to and want to build it into their life because it will make them happier and healthier. And I think that's the goal. Like who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to be happy and healthy for a long time? Like that's the dream.
Yeah.
Literally. So yeah.
Yeah. I love it. And I know you said about it being a trend and lots of other people stepping up doing maybe similar stuff, but I haven't been to one of your runs yet. I know you as a friend, but I can see like the reason people are coming back is because of you. It's your energy and, you know, like you're so motivating, but you're also just a human and happy. And I just feel like people want to be around you. So it's only going to do well.
Thank you.
Sure.
That's very kind. I think I love the fact that there's so much happening in this space. I think that's
it's great
beautiful.
to see a city where I think, let's just talk about it. I feel like India has maybe not been one of the most like health conscious, active countries. Like I don't think many people typically think that. And we both spent a lot of time in London, like where that is really a thing.
Oh
like
my
you
God,
said.
yeah.
So, and I also studied in the Netherlands where the main form of transport is cycling. Like when I lived there, I was cycling an hour and a half every day. It was just normal. So, and you see like 3-year-olds, 8-year-olds, it's just how it is. Whereas India, I think, firstly, the diet is like very, very carb heavy or fat heavy. Yeah. And it's absolutely delicious. And I love it. And I love being Indian.
Don't get me wrong.
But, you know, like it's not always got health in like the highest importance, let's say. So it's really nice to see Bombay, especially. I guess Delhi and other places are getting on there too. Like just like this becoming such an important thing for
I'm
our
like,
age group.
cool, it's a trend. Awesome.
Yeah.
But like that has been really beautiful to kind of see people taking their health seriously and you know, a lot of women lifting weights and
let's go.
People don't say I don't want to get too bulky anymore. Well, some still do, but a lot of people don't, you know,
people
like
love the feeling.
Just back muscles on a lady, man.
Muscles in general.
Like
I feel,
yes.
Can I just say, like, that is my favorite compliment to receive now. When people compliment my muscles.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey. It's like when people sometimes, if anything, they'll be like, oh, you go to the gym. And I'm like, you can tell. Thank you so much.
Actually, like, it's nice for someone to say like, oh, your hair is nice, or like your makeup is nice. Okay, makeup we have done and maybe our hair we have done. But if it's around looks, you've like just been blessed with good genes, you know? Whereas if we go to the gym or move, like that is something that we're doing ourselves. So our egos love it.
I saw a really funny reel, obviously, the other day, which was like, the only time like post-gym selfies are not a thirst trap is when they're actually like proper gym goers or lifters. And I burst out laughing because I was like, yeah, man, be confident in your body. Yeah. Like, I remember, like, I used to be so scared, obviously, in the culture that we live in, like, to post anything, like, minutely showing parts of my body. Yeah. And then, like, I started posting, like, my post-gym workout stuff. And, like, my dad wasn't upset about it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because it's about, like, the hard work, right? And it's about, like, the effort you put in and day out. And I think that I think people see that as well, you know, so it's like a different form of a compliment. It's like when you've worked on an essay, you know, it's like you've put so many hours into that, so much time editing it, changing it, choosing one direction versus the other. Same with training styles, choosing lifting, running, they're completely different. Like you're molding your body. You yourself are responsible for the structure, for what you're building. And that's the beauty of it, right? It's your hard work paying off.
Yeah.
And it was pretty rewarding, to say the least, for sure. I can lift heavy things. I love it.
Go.
Sick.
Last year when I started training, I asked my PT, like, why should I be going to the gym? Because my yoga teacher was like, you don't need to be going to the gym. And he was like, it's so that you can lift things.
Yeah.
And I remember when I moved to Bombay, I would get sick quite a lot. I had food poisoning 6 times in the span of a year.
Well, food is tough here. But
but I don't think I was very strong in my immune system. And each time I'd get sick, it would be like terribly sick. Like for a few days, I was crawling. And I got it again, even after going to the gym. But this time I could stand up. And I just felt that in that moment when you're actually physically and mentally weak, because I live alone here as well. But I had that moment where I was like, oh, I can stand up. And that was such a nice feeling. Yeah. So I think it's obviously made me physically stronger, but mentally too. And I love that.
Like I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have been in just like shambles emotionally and gone for a workout and been like, cool.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it is such a mental game changer.
It is. More than anything.
Honestly, yeah. Like, of course, seeing results is great. Don't get me wrong. But it just in general, you know, your body and your mind are so in sync naturally. Like every time if I ever get anxious, which I do quite a lot, like my stomach is just out. It's just out.
Yeah.
And it's an immediate sign of anxiousness, right?
Yeah.
Like I get nauseous if I'm feeling like really, really jittery, and it's like, wow, okay, we are so in sync. So the minute your body feels stronger, faster, fitter, so does your mind. So does your mind. And that has built up the resilience for so much. You know?
Yeah. There's a direct connection with your vagus nerve and your gut. So if you're not feeling relaxed, then, you know, if you're feeling unsafe, your gut is immediately going to react, which is exactly what you witness. And I also too. So
yeah, and I get to lift all the groceries for my parents, you know, that's great fun. It feels nice.
All the coconuts,
rewarding.
Here.
It's like when we're at the airport and there's like a suitcase you have to put on the weighing thing, and I'm like, I got it. It's fine. I got it. That's quite rewarding. It's a small thing, but it's still quite rewarding.
Every little counts. I love it.
So true.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about humanizing ourselves.
Yes.
Is there anything you feel insecure about, or that like you worry about, maybe about the future or anything?
I think the level of drive that I have right now is quite high, and it's a very scary thing because it takes up a lot of my brain space, my brain power. I think that I'm gonna want to go on holiday.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna have kids. I want to have kids. I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna need time to maybe not have that level of I don't even say not have that level of ambition, but have a time in my life where I can do less.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm just terrified that everything around me will collapse the minute I do that. I'll be honest, I took a 2-week holiday this year in January, like I said. I was just unbelievably anxious through it all because I was like, everything is going to collapse around me. What is going on? And I went down this horrible spiral. But it's not at all. It's perfectly fine. Back on track, better than ever. Like, so I think one of the things that I do worry about is I know I am going to have a point soon where I will want to just have a week, even, you know, a breather. And I do worry about that sometimes, which is why I'm building a team. So I'm trying to do some crisis management beforehand. welcome to my life.
Prevention.
Yeah, I think that's a big one. I think, I used to worry about the sustainability, but I keep reminding myself of the fact that this is health. This is health and wellness. It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
It's never going to go away. It's community. It's human interaction. This is something that is the most basic form of happiness for people, to have with themselves. So that's something that I do worry about or get a little insecure about. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but my body, in the sense of like, I work out a lot, and my body's going to change as I grow older, which is fine, and I've accepted it. But it's going to change. It's going to look different at certain points of time, and I think in a position that I am and what I'm building, there is immense pressure on looking a certain way.
Yeah.
And although that pressure motivates me, if there's a morning that I'm like physically completely drained, I don't want to feel guilty about it if I don't do that one workout because I'm doing probably another one the same day, So I do feel quite insecure about that, in the sense of like, how do I maintain this? I can't have abs forever. It's not possible, and as a woman, literally through the month, our bodies change, So
And if you have kids,
yeah,
it's going to change when you have kids.
Yes, thank you.
So.
But also it will change. I've accepted that. But I think that with that is a big insecurity. I'll be really honest. It motivates me, but it's also tough. It's tough keeping it up. I can do it. I've done it. I have faith that I'll be able to. But it's that pressure of, being valued more or less based on how I look. And I think as women, unfortunately, that is something that we face a lot,
It is. And of course, your work is very much in the limelight, and it's, working with press and public. But ultimately, I do think it's the way that we perceive ourselves that will be the strongest thing.
Hugely.
Yeah. When we go through these stages, that will be the biggest test.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're going to be a role model. Obviously, you already are for a lot of people. But when you have kids, they're going to want to look up to a mother who has love and respect for herself in all phases.
I want to start crying, please. Yeah.
But I think you're going to be able to do that. And if you're motivating hundreds of people who don't run to run, you're going to be able to do that for yourself.
I'm emotional. Yeah. My God, this is not the podcast I expected.
Don't worry. I also have a little cry.
But thank you. That means a lot. I think that is a big motivation for me as well, is, being able to see that like the journey that I've been on is something that people can see and be like, hey, we can do that, and you can, no doubt about anyone. Like all my clients, all of them actually have been, I guess in a good way, obviously, but have been really surprised by the amount that their body can do, obviously in moderation and according to them. But like, it's so beautiful to see them see what they're capable of. And I think that is what, for example, the sports day did for me. When I saw everyone else enjoying it, I was like, this is so much more satisfying than anything else. Also, yeah, it's a big motivation. Also during pregnancy, the stronger you are going into it, the stronger you be coming out of it. That's a big part of motivation for me. Building a family, building a life, that's always been something I've always wanted. I value human relationships and interpersonal relationships so much. And like I said, it's sad that that's actually had to take a big sacrifice in building this. But the right people have stuck around and will stick around. Yeah.
Keep that faith and keep up everything. I think you're really doing amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, just really happy to have this time with you as well.
Me too. Wow.
Thanks
Needed
for
this.
making the time.
Thank you.
I'd love to wrap up. We spoke about a little meditation that you follow. You mentioned that it's hard for you to meditate sometimes, but this one meditation you do gets you through it.
Yes.
So can we share it?
Of course. Basically, I've always found it quite difficult to meditate. mostly because, as we've noticed, kind of always on, right? I was going through something quite hard last year, and I did quite a lot of it to go to sleep, to be able to decompress. And I really learned a lot from it. However, I started seeing this guy on Instagram, and he kept popping up for me. And it was about a 10-second reel. And basically, he'd go, okay, now listen to me. Do this. 3, 2, 1. Care less. 3, 2, 1. Care less. And I was like, sick. I care less. So I'll show you, because he's just great. Like, I absolutely adore. I can't explain to you how much of an impact it had on me. And it was like, it was so simple. Like, so simple.
All right, this is what you need to do in 3, 2, 1. Care less. Inhale. Let it out. Care less again. Inhale. Let it out.
Just look at him with his glasses.
Care
Even less.
Less.
Yeah.
Inhale. Now let it all out. Release all.
And like, it was just, it's awesome. Because it's true. It's like, just chill. It was literally telling you to chill without the annoying, like, just chill. It was just care less. Because it actually helps sometimes. It helps you just come back to earth when you're like super stressed, which I get a lot about things. It's like,
I think we all need to get these sunglasses as well.
yeah, it was a very me meditation. Like I felt like I was actually listening. I actually calmed myself down.
Yeah.
It allowed in the time and space that I had, you know, and yeah, I love it. It's like one of my favorite things ever.
Great.
Care less. In a good way. About things that don't matter. Anyway.
I love that. I love it. I think it's applicable to many people, and I think people are going to find it really funny. So let us know if you try this meditation out. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. And I do want to just mention our partner for the podcast is Yama Yoga. Really, really quickly, I want to ask you, one of the yamas, so the brand is focused on being good to ourselves, the world, everyone around us. And one of the yamas is ahimsa. So tell me in 3 words, what does that mean to you? Like non-violence.
Peace, most definitely. Compassion is a big one, because I feel like, and empathy, because I think that compassion and empathy definitely go hand in hand. But when you're able to stop, maybe patience also, sorry, there's a lot of words, but when you're able to stop, think about where that person might be coming from, even if they're being horrible to you or difficult. Think about where they're coming from. That reaction of maybe some form of violence is automatically taken back, because you're like, okay, if I was in their position, I would also be feeling a certain type of way. So empathy is a big one for that. And yeah, we had a good example. We were on the way here and there was a little mosquito in the car. A little annoying mosquito. But we just put the window down and let it fly, because poor guy, trapped.
We were trying to catch it, but then we were like, actually, let's just let it
empathy, go. You know, what it just wanted to be out free, roaming wild. Think about if you were the mosquito, you know, maybe you just didn't want to be in the car. Maybe you were flying around because you were stressed out. So you just let it go. So yes, empathy is a big one for himself, for sure.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been so fun having you on. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed having Sahirah on as well. I'm going to have all of her links in the description. And if you are in Bombay or coming to Bombay at any point, do join us for a run at the OnTour Club.
We have a bunch of events all on the link she'll share on our Instagram, all shared over there. Yeah, March is going to be a fun one. So stay tuned.
Yeah, let's go. I'm excited to join. I promise I'm coming soon.
Good.
Okay, thank you guys so much for listening. And I'll see you next week. Every Thursday at 5 p.m. we have a new episode coming out. So
thank you, Kavi. She's the best. Okay, bye.
Bye.
See you.
Thank you.